Hey guys, it's Scottie Hobbs here. I wanted to share with you guys a few things this morning. I just got done doing a cardio and abs workout from Body Beast, so I'm a little bit winded, a little bit tired this morning, but here we are. It's Thursday morning. Quick shout out to a couple of our coaches. I have Brigitte Linford that is going 8-star qualifying today, so she's got 8 diamond coaches on her team. Also, Jennifer Greenberg has her 5th diamond, so she's 5-star qualifying today. So a huge shout out to those leaders on our team for moving their businesses forward, helping others achieve their goals and their dreams as Beachbody coaches. So I wanted to give them a shout out. You want to follow these girls. They're amazing coaches, amazing inspiration to people. But there's a few things I want to talk about today. Our team call last night was absolutely amazing. I had Joey Cowett speak and I spoke, and for those of you that don't know, we record all of our team calls. If you're not on our team, we don't have room for you to be on live with us, but I put them all in my blog in ScottieHobbs.com under team coach training at the top. So you're always welcome to listen to those if you need to, or you don't have a team call to listen to. But last night was an awesome call. We talked about the High Performance Academy. Joey and I went to this academy, a couple weeks ago for 5 days. It was 40 days worth of material, learning personal growth and networking, and trying to put it into like a 50-minute call was extremely difficult. But we did the best that we could, but it was a really powerful call, I feel. There's a lot of things that we talked about. And before I want to talk about just a couple things from that call, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my story. You guys, if you've been following us a while, you might know a lot of our story, but I lived a pretty good life growing up. I have great parents. I was talking in a conversation on Facebook that my dad taught me a positive mental attitude. It's a survival thing from the Boy Scouts, and that if you want to survive, you got to have a positive mental attitude, and I've been able to take that from my grandpa and from my dad and live it throughout my life. And I know that's a huge part of our success, because anything that comes, any obstacle, I have to look at not as a problem, but how to get around it. So I've always had that. If anything happens in the business or with a customer or clients, I always look at the positive side of it and what I can learn from it. So thanks to them for that. But I've always lived this pretty good life, but my wife Gabby and I, we did struggle financially a little bit in the beginning of our marriage. We did WIC in the beginning when our first child was born, when Kina was born. I did have a job that I worked at as a dental lab technician, and the company was going under without telling us, and there was just me and 3 other employees, and we worked our butts off, came to work every day, and we didn't get paid after 2 weeks. They said it would be coming. We worked another 2 weeks, didn't get paid again, let us know they were shutting the doors, and we never got paid. That puts this financial burden on someone that's already on WIC and has a child and, recently married. So, we've had times like that where it's like we don't know where income's going to come from, and it's hard for us. And when we moved to Idaho Falls, it was a partly bad choice on our end, but we bought a beautiful home, which is behind us, a little bit out of our budget range. And my wife got this job, and she didn't enjoy it at all. And it was a fairly decent paying job here, but she didn't enjoy it. And our daughter was at daycare, because I was working 12 hours a day at my job, and she was working during the day. And so we had Kina, our 1-year-old at the time, in daycare. We moved in this house when she was about 3 months old. And my wife, I remember her talking about it and sharing about it once, is she didn't want someone else raising our kids, so she left this better paying job for about a $7 an hour pay cut to work at the daycare that our daughter was at. So we didn't have to pay daycare costs, but she could still make a little money and be, a part of Kina's, raising Kina at this daycare. So we lived that life for a while, and then we worked it out where I was working my same job I was at, and Gabby decided to work at the Hilton Garden Inn at a hotel in the evening. So that way, at least, we could I worked during the day, she worked at night, and the kids could be raised by us. The only problem with that is we didn't raise our kids together. A lot of people look at me as a good father figure that's really good with the kids, and it's really because with 4 kids, with my wife working, the past 6 years before Beachbody at the hotel at the nights, I took care of my kids. I fed them dinner, I bathed them, brushed their teeth, put them in bed, read their stories. So I've been present in that 100%, and that's why I believe so much in being a great father in that fact. But with that lifestyle, we still struggled. Our kids were at a babysitter at a neighbor's house for an hour to hour and a half between when I got home and when she went to work. We still don't have TV. We don't watch TV, we don't have cable or anything like that. And the main reason for that is because we use our spare time to do personal development. to spend quality time with each other, to spend time with the kids instead of watching TV. I'm always on YouTube watching Tony Robbins, John C. Maxwell, Brendan Bouchard, all these people that I look up to as people that are successful in their life, so that I can learn from them instead of wasting countless hours on watching TV. So we've never had TV. Before becoming a coach, we didn't have the internet either. We didn't have smartphones. I had a little flip phone, a little Nokia flip phone. I was pretty pumped up about it because it was an MP3 player. I was excited about that. But that MP3 player, I loaded it with books like The Compound Effect, like The Slight Edge, Think and Grow Rich, Millionaire Next Door. And I listened to those over and over at my job as I began my coaching career. One thing I want you guys to understand, like, we talk about a lot of the successes that we've had with Team Beachbody, like paying off our home and owning a dream cabin on a lake now, and all this free time that I have with my kids. It's Thursday morning right now. I just got to walk my daughter to school. But there was a time of extreme struggle where, we didn't have these things. I didn't have internet. I didn't have a smartphone. We struggled. I did side jobs to make money. There was times I helped a friend of mine that owns a sound company, like set up, take down after shows, at 2 o'clock in the morning. I have a friend that he is a funeral director, and so there were times when I would help him. He asked me if I wanted to help him, do pickups in the middle of the night. So I've done a lot of things to help make extra money. I tried to create a little sign business because I worked at a factory that cut metal. So I worked with AutoCAD and tried to create signs on the side and sell them to people, like custom home signs. I did everything. I bought stuff on Craigslist, Xboxes, laptops, resold them, and that's what I did to have the extra money to help pay for bills or to go do a little activity. So we struggled, and I always did everything I could to make that little extra dollar, I guess, to make things happen, to make our life a little bit more comfortable, and so that we didn't wonder where we were going to have money for different activities. We never ate out ever. When we did, it was like once a month, and we split a meal and $12 was like the limit, and we would share that meal. So we've always lived that lifestyle, and so when I became a coach, I want you guys to know that I actually had to go to my neighbor's house, Brian, just a couple doors down, and use his computer and his internet to do my coach training academy. I went over there with a notebook. I sat down. I did a getting started right call with my coach, Lindsay, and I went to town on my coach training there at his house. Took my notebook, wrote notes, and just went through that training over there. And I busted my butt because I invested that money to sign up as a coach. It ended up being about $140 for my coach sign-up fee and my Shakeology, and I knew that I had to make that money back. And I told my wife, I said, hey, I need to do this. I need to commit 100%. And and it's just like, I asked her, do you believe I can do this? And one of the biggest things that helped me in the beginning was my wife said, I don't know if I believe in that, but I believe in you. So it's great to have support from her. I honor her completely for being my support, for giving me time to build this business to help you guys, and for watching the kids during the day when I make these videos, when I answer you guys' emails and all that. But I want you to know that it was a struggle. I had to sacrifice a lot of things, and it wasn't that I had to sacrifice a lot of money, because the investment to become a Beachbody coach is hardly anything, but I had to invest energy, my own personal energy. I had to invest my time. I had to sacrifice some sleep. And one thing I loved Tony Robbins said is if someone says they don't have any hours to give up on their sleep, he says you need to sleep faster. So I sacrificed those things. I love softball. I love baseball my whole life. I had to quit playing softball. I'm a napper. I won't lie about that. During my lunch, because I worked 12 hours, I took a nap in my car during lunch, and I had to quit napping at lunch. So I would use my lunch hour, for that time. I had to wake up early. I worked at 5, and there was times when I would wake up at 3:30 to do my P90X workout, so that when I could have that done, go to work, come home at 5, my wife would be at work, watch the kids from 5:30 to 8, and then get back to work on my Beachbody business. So I did have to make some sacrifices, and I had to stay consistent with it, and I had to believe in myself. But it was doing those struggles that helped me become who I am today, and staying consistent at it, and knowing that if I put in the effort every single day, I would succeed with this. So I want you guys to know that there has been struggles. It's hard. It was hard for me in the beginning, but we set small goals and we move forward. And I see, this is where I want to move out of my story a little bit. I see so many coaches or so many people in life, whether they're a Beachbody coach or some other business. I get a lot of people asking me for advice from other companies and other jobs as well, because of what we've created. And a lot of times I hear that, just like, oh, I can't be a leader, or, oh man, I can't find customers, or man, my business isn't working, or, all these things, like all these negative things. And one thing that I always have to direct people back to right from the beginning is, what you focus on is what you get. So if you focus on maybe your customers aren't doing stuff, or your challengers aren't doing stuff, or your coaches aren't doing stuff, if that's what you focus on and put your energy into thinking about, that's what you're going to continue to get. So you've got to transfer your mindset to thinking and directing your thoughts to what you want, and directing your thoughts in your life and what you want to achieve, versus the things that aren't going the way you want them. So focus on what you want, not what you don't want, or what your problems are. That's one of the biggest things. Focus on where you want to go. And sometimes, at number 4 in the company this year, people are like, "Are you afraid of? You think you're gonna stay in the top 10 this year?" And you're like, "Do you know how far so and so is behind you?" And I'm like, "You know what? I don't care where they're at, because the finish line is ahead of me. No one wins by looking back." So remember that in all areas of your life, that the past doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you've been. It matters where you are right now, what you're doing in the moment, and what you plan on doing with your future. So you got to remember that moving forward every single day, with your goals, with your life, with your health transformation, with your business, with your relationships with your family. You got to remember all that. And if you're wondering, like, how do I make my business work, this is the biggest key to success I can give you on creating a successful business. From what I found, a lot of times, if your business isn't working, it means your life isn't working. It means there's something out of order in your life. So if you can create the perfect life and live a successful, happy life, then you can mold your business into that, and you will have a successful business, because life is what it's all about. Like your daily life, and how you feel about life and how you feel about yourself is what makes you successful, because no dollar amount can be determined. There's no limit to what is successful when it comes to a dollar amount. I've just, from reading a lot of things and being to seminars, there's millionaires that are extremely miserable, that work more than they ever have before and have less freedom than they've ever had. So you got to remember that. That's because their whole outlook on everything in this universe is their business, and they don't focus on life. So focus on life. If your business doesn't seem like it's working, it's probably because something's out of order in your life. So make sure that you're always working on yourself and creating the life that you want to live, and then put your business into that. Make your business fit in to work hand in hand with your life. You guys will see, and one thing I'll tell you guys is, people don't join our business because that I have abs from P90X. They don't join it because I talk about all the amazing ingredients of Shakeology. Yes, I believe 100% in our products, and they've helped me change my life completely, even before I became a Team Beachbody coach. But people join us because we are creating a life that is one that other people want. We're creating something that people want. We share our struggles, what we've gone through, and how to get there. And people see that, and they say, and it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with the happiness. It has to be with an amazing father being present in my family's life. That's what they want. And then it's just like, okay, I want that. Tell me what to do, and I'm going to do it. And then they transform their lives with the Beachbody Challenge. And that's what I love about this job, is I don't have to sell a product. I have to share my life and continue to grow and become a better person every single day. So I want you guys to remember that if you're trying to build a business, whether it's with Team Beachbody or some other business, is you have to, and I learned this from Brendan Burchard, so I don't want to steal it, you have to create a life of conscious design. And one of the things I want you guys to do, and I have my team of coaches doing this, is decide what kind of person you want to be. Like when you have an interaction with somebody, what do you want them to think about you when you leave that conversation? And I'll tell you what mine is. I want people to think I'm genuine, that I'm a good listener, and that I'm fun. Because I'll tell you guys, I'm a quiet, laid-back person. I'm not the loud guy. I'm not the guy talking. If we're in a group of people, I'm the guy that sits back and listens and watches people. So I want to be that fun person. I want to be energetic. I want to be a good listener, and I want to be genuine at all times. So those are the things that I'm trying to create in my life every single day. I'm creating that life. And, and you have to know that you have to condition yourself to be that person. Because I will tell you guys that facts and figures and systems, it's great to design them and get them coming into your life, but that's not what's going to grow you an amazing business or an amazing life. What's going to grow you an amazing life is learning to live life. And so many people ask, like, is there life after death? And questions like that. And what I like to say is, did you really live before you died? So every day you should evaluate yourself, evaluate your life, and see if you're living life every single day. Because if you're building this business for money and you don't live your life, before you know it, you're going to be old, you're going to die, and you didn't really matter to people. You didn't really create any significance, because what you build in this life financially, you don't take with you. Sure, it can help your future prosperity and whatnot, but it's all about who you are, who you become, and how you impact people in your life. So design your purpose. What will be your mission? What will be your statement to the world? And one of the things Brendan Bouchard taught at the seminar that I love